Our poll about Trump's indictment is finally back, and America is almost exactly split. Do you approve or disapprove of bringing criminal charges against Trump? Now, we didn't specify for what here, so this most likely reflects voters' overarching opinions on Trump's general criminality. 49% of U.S. likely voters approve and 47% disapprove. 35% strongly approve and 34% strongly disapprove, almost completely split. Women approve more by 5 points, but here's age. Young voters are more in favor, but least likely to strongly approve. Middle-aged voters approve least, but also are less likely to strongly approve and strongly disapprove more than voters over 65. Here's race. Hispanic and other race voters are least in favor of Trump criminal charges, and black and white voters are roughly equivalent, but white voters are 10 points more likely to strongly approve than black voters. Here's party. 78% of Democrats are in favor, 19% opposed, and 74% of Republicans are opposed, 59% strongly. And that 59% is roughly equivalent to Trump's recent very favorable numbers among Republicans. Independents are against criminal charges by a plurality, 48% to 44%, and 7 points more likely to strongly disapprove than strongly approve. And again, Biden approval is where the biggest split is, but Biden somewhat approves are way more likely to want Trump charged than somewhat disapproves are to defend him. How likely is it that Trump committed crimes that would justify prosecution by the Manhattan District Attorney? 51%, a majority, say likely, but only 33% say very likely. 45% say not likely, and only 28% say not at all likely. The gender, age, and race signals are similar to the previous question, but here's party. 80% of Democrats say it's likely, including 52% who say very likely. Only 69% of Republicans say not likely, 46% of whom say not at all likely. Independents are about 5 points more likely to say it isn't likely Trump committed crimes justifying prosecution. Now, does Rasmussen reports have anything to benchmark that against? Yep. How likely is it that since he became president, Joe Biden has committed high crimes and misdemeanors that would justify impeachment proceedings against him? These numbers are almost the exact opposite of the party responses for Trump, with the exception that independents are a few points more likely to say Biden committed crimes than Trump. And note, these results are taken from a totally different poll of 1,000 totally different people from 2 months ago. Now back to today. Agree or disagree? Prosecuting Trump in Manhattan would be a, quote, outrageous abuse of power by a radical district attorney who lets violent criminals walk as he pursues political vengeance against President Trump. 59% of voters at least somewhat agree, including 43% who strongly agree. 37% disagree. Now, this is one more question that should join our growing list of unpopular opinions, of which high 50s to low 60s agree that the government is doing something untoward. Why do only 45% of voters think it isn't likely that Trump committed a crime, but 59% of them, way more, agree that his potential prosecution is political vengeance? Most likely because there's a group of Democrats who like that it's happening. Here are the party numbers. 77% of Republicans agree and 55% of independents. But look at Democrats. In the previous question, 80% of Democrats thought it was likely that Trump committed a crime that would justify prosecution by the Manhattan DA. But here, only 52% of Democrats are willing to say that that same prosecution is not political vengeance. 46% of Democrats admit that it is, as do 29% of voters who strongly approve of Biden. Whether this prosecution happens or not, it certainly has American voters paying attention. Do you have any questions you want us to ask on this topic? If so, drop them in the YouTube comments, and please subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Thanks for watching.